Nikola Jokic is on the verge of doing something not even Micael Jordan or LeBron James can say they have done. Hey guys, my name is Micael Jordan, and before I jump into this video, I just want to ask you guys to give me the HBO special. That is the Help a Brother Out, and you can do that by hitting the subscribe button and leaving a like underneath this video. I'm not one for long intros, so let's jump back into this video. Nikola Jokic is one of the most underrated players I've ever witnessed in all my years of watching the NBA. And I've said it in the past before, I think that Nikola Jokic is the most disrespected MVP ever. And he's about to add to his already impressive resume and join an exclusive club of very elite company. Nikola Jokic is currently the reigning MVP, and even more impressive than that, he is the current reigning back-to-back MVP. One of the only modern players to have that honors, joining the ranks of LeBron James, Steph Curry, and recently Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's the last player to win the MVP back-to-back since Giannis. But to his detriment, he doesn't get the same respect that Giannis Antetokounmpo gets, as being one of the most skilled players in the NBA. At least not from the NBA media, that is, because there are people around the league that acknowledge just how good this guy really is. And now Nikola Jokic is about to be the first player to three-peat the MVP trophy since 1984. If he does so, he will join a club of 4 players, including himself, to accomplish this feat. And he will be the first person to do so since Micael Jordan entered the league all the way back in 1984. Yes, that was Micael Jordan's rookie year. Think about that for a second. For all the years that Micael Jordan's been in the league, for like the last 40 plus years, no one has done this since. The last person to do it was Larry Bird. And the other players in this club are Wilt Chamberlin and Bill Russell. Not even Micael Jordan or LeBron James or Kobe Bryant or Dirk Nowitzki or anyone else can claim they have accomplished this feat. And it is very hard to do this. Do not think it's easy. The reason it is because the NBA voters, the people that vote for awards, they have what's called voters fatigue. They rarely ever vote a player to be MVP more than 3 years in a row, unless they are just amazing consistently for 3 years. And that is what Nikola Jokic has been doing for the last 3 years. And to me, it is such a huge accomplishment. But because Nikola Jokic is overlooked by the NBA media, I feel like this feat is being overlooked. I haven't heard any sports writer talk about this feat. Currently, in the last Kia NBA MVP leaderboards, Nikola Jokic is listed as the favorite. And this is as of January 8th, 2023. This year's MVP race has been very entertaining to watch, mainly because there's been so many changes in the first place spot. The main culprits for the leadership have been Jayson Tatum, who started off the season scorching hot due to how well his Boston Celtics were performing. The Boston Celtics came out swinging, looking for revenge for losing the NBA Finals in June of last year, and Jayson Tatum was at the helm, leading them and performing incredibly well, and that garnered him a #1 spot in the MVP leader race for a few months. He held the top spot for a few months, but then of course Giannis Antetokounmpo took the spot from him and led the race for a while, because over the Christmas holidays, the Boston Celtics went through a slump in which they lost like 4 of their 5 games, and they lost the #1 spot to the Milwaukee Bucks. They've recently gotten it back, but that is what hurt Jayson Tatum as MVP favorite. And speaking of, Giannis Antetokounmpo is one of the huge favorites for the MVP, and he has been so for the past 5 years. He's consistently in a top 5 for MVP every year. So it is no surprise that we find him again competing for the MVP, because I think Giannis Antetokounmpo has been one of the best players, if not the best player in the NBA for the past 3 years. And this has helped him become the favorite for MVP in the Eastern Conference. And in the Western Conference is Ja Morant. Ja Morant found media love after last year's NBA playoffs when he went up against the Golden State Warriors, and he was heralded as a rival to Steph Curry. In my opinion, I think he's been subpar for all the expectations that's been put on him, and that's due to his Memphis Grizzlies not performing up to the standard that we thought they would. For example, they lost to a Steph Curry-less Golden State Warriors team, a Chris Paul-less and Devin Booker-less Phoenix Suns team, and a Jamal Murray-less Denver Nuggets team. In my opinion, you can't lose to all